And with LiveAction, you can actually see the flows dynamically for troubleshooting and analysis purposes. Today, I would like to give you a quick example of how you can troubleshoot by dynamically dropping your endpoints into the map to give you a great visualization aspect of being able to troubleshoot in real time. So let's take a look at LiveAction with our ability of adding devices to the map. As you can see right now, we're clearly looking at a network with two devices. Let's say we've got a call in that we need to examine something such as a TFTP protocol. I can very easily go to the top of my screen and select the protocol or build it from a filter. Notice that here I already have a TFTP filter built, so I've now selected it. And notice in the map dynamically we are now seeing the flows for TFTP protocol go through the network. Notice that when I highlight one of the flows, I am in actually a combined mode that allows me to go in and see the flows dynamically and be able to identify them very, very easily. This is one of the strengths of the tool, is that if you can see, I'm actually having 6 flows or 6 TFTP sessions are actually being run through this one device. Notice when I actually click on the arrow, it instantly now for the first time shows me all 6 sessions that are really running dynamically within our network very easily. I can now do instant tracking of seeing where the devices are in real time. Now, a lot of my customers ask me, Keith, what if I don't know the IP address and I need to put a device into the map? Let's simply right mouse click in LiveAction, arrow down, and once again to create network object, and now I can actually name the object. So we'll name it as a server as an example, and then I will give it the IP address of the server that I was called into my help desk as a problem of 10.0.0.2. Now notice when I click OK that it actually dynamically puts the object into the map. Now I simply click on my line and I can actually draw him to the subnet, and now that device, as you can see, we are now seeing flows go all the way to the endpoint for the first time. This is very dynamic, that it gives entry-level troubleshooters as well as advanced troubleshooters the ability of being able to see the flows very, very dynamically for the first time. Notice now when I click on the flow leaving the server for TFTP that we get very unique view of being able to see once again all the devices that are running TFTP back to the server. Notice at any time if I right click on one of the devices, I can actually create a network object on the fly, and it instantly is placed in the map for analysis. This is very powerful to give us the ability of being able to track data through the network, and as you can see, we are clearly going through a class of service interface that is experiencing problems with congestion, and we now know where to take corrective action. But yet I have more. Notice up at the top of the screen I'll select flow and I will unmerge the flows, and notice now we can see each individual conversation, and then rather than tracking all the flows, I now have the ability of tracking individual flows through the network as well. Very easily and dynamically we can trace the paths of data through your network. But wait, we're looking at it from a global view. Let's click down to one device now, and notice now we are looking at the flows from one single device. Notice at the top of the screen I will reapply my TFTP filter to be able to filter very quickly down to the TFTP traffic, and as you can see now in the map we can clearly see what application is running to what addresses by simply just selecting the IP address. I now have an identifier of showing what traffic is going through the network. Notice once again if I click on an individual device, the path flowing is there. Let's give you an example as well. As what if I remove the TFTP filter and go back to looking at all display filtering as an example. I now have the ability of being able to select protocol application, and for the first time I can now see all the applications that are being run in the network for a particular address. So as an example again, let's go up and select IP address. I will highlight one address in the network as you can see, and I can very quickly go to protocol and application, and I now see all the applications indicated in gray that is being run by this one device in the network.